All right, let's talk about professional displays. We're going to go way beyond just the spec sheets and look at what really makes a professional screen, well, professional. We're going to dive into the engineering that separates a truly great visual experience from just another screen.
I mean, think about it, right? We are absolutely surrounded by screens. But in the places where it counts the most, boardrooms, control centers, big public spaces, the quality is often just kind of underwhelming. It's a super common problem, but thankfully, one with a very cool technical solution.
Okay, so before we get to the solution, we got to define the problem. What are the big challenges that professionals are dealing with when it comes to standard display tech?
You know the issues. First up, you've got those washed out colors and terrible contrast, where the blacks look more like a murky, sad gray. Then there's the very real problem of eye strain after you've been staring at a screen for hours. And on top of all that, a lot of these displays are serious energy hogs, and when something finally breaks, maintenance can be an absolute nightmare. And this is exactly where Unilumin comes into the picture. They're not just another manufacturer, they're really an engineering company that's focused on solving these specific problems from the ground up. And this right here, this is the core idea that drives all their technology. The goal isn't just about cramming in more pixels or making a bigger panel, it's about fundamentally perfecting the quality of the image and the whole experience of looking at it. Let's start with maybe the most critical part of image quality: contrast. This is where the visual magic really begins. So, the secret sauce here is a technology called EBL+, which stands for Enhanced Black Level Plus. To put it simply, this is a multi-layer optical process designed to do one thing incredibly well: produce the purest, deepest black you can imagine. And the result of that? A jaw-dropping 30,000 to 1 contrast ratio. Now, that number is the answer to that murky gray problem we talked about. It means the difference between the brightest white and the darkest black is so huge that blacks are truly black. And that makes colors just pop off the screen and brings out all these little details hiding in the shadows. It creates a sense of depth that almost feels three-dimensional. And you can really see the real-world impact right here. On the left, you've got your typical data visualization. It's clear, sure, but it's pretty flat. But on the right, that same level of detail is totally transformed into this stunning, high-impact visual that can define an entire space. And it's all thanks to that amazing contrast. But look, a perfect image is more than just specs on a page. It's also about the human experience. And that brings us to a really crucial element: viewer comfort. So traditional LEDs, or SMDs, are basically like a grid of tiny, harsh little light bulbs. Unilumin's chip-on-board, or COB technology, is totally different. It creates a soft, uniform area of light. It sounds like a small change, but it makes a massive difference in reducing glare and making it much easier on your eyes, especially for long viewing sessions. And they didn't stop there. This tech is actually certified to reduce harmful blue light. As you can see, they got it down to a 20% ratio. This helps minimize the health risks from looking at screens all day. It's a display that's literally engineered with your well-being in mind. And here's a feature you can actually feel. They have this cool screen technology, and it keeps the surface of the display around 38 degrees Celsius. That's basically human body temperature. It doesn't radiate a bunch of heat into the room, which makes it way more comfortable for everybody, especially in smaller spaces like a meeting room. Okay, so we've seen the tech. Now let's see where it's actually being put to the test, from everyday offices to the biggest global events on the planet. So in a corporate lobby, a high-contrast, super vibrant display isn't just a screen. It's a statement piece. It creates this powerful and welcoming first impression that instantly tells visitors that this company is all about quality and innovation. Now move that same technology into the conference room and you completely change the whole dynamic of collaboration. When the visuals are this clear and engaging, ideas just get communicated better and you actually capture everyone's attention without them getting distracted by a bad image. And if you want to talk about scale and reliability, this is the ultimate test. Unilumin provided 4,500 square meters of LED displays for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. I mean, when you're performing on the world stage like that, there is zero room for error. Now, if we just take a quick peek at the products themselves, you can see the practical engineering here. The cabinets are incredibly light, we're talking just 6 or 7 kilograms, and they have full front maintenance. This makes installation way faster and service so much simpler, which really brings down the total cost of owning it. So to wrap it all up, the Unilumin advantage really comes down to these key things.
that incredible visual contrast, this certified eye comfort tech, the fact that it's energy efficient and cool to the touch. It's been proven in the most high-stakes environments, and it's just designed to be lighter, slimmer, and way easier to maintain. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. When you completely remove the old barriers of bad contrast, eye fatigue, and complicated maintenance, what becomes possible? What kind of stories could you tell? What data could you bring to life? What incredible experiences could you create? Thanks so much for watching.